Love and marriage. That's what our topic is today. I want to start by reading Isaiah 62, verse 5, the second half of that. As the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy God rejoice over thee. Whether you're married or whether you're not, just stay with me. I've got some good stuff for you. But do you remember, if you are married, do you remember when you got married? You sacrificed. You sacrificed time, money, possessions, just to be with that one that you loved. You set aside time to prepare and to plan for the wedding and for a future home. You set aside money. You bought clothes and shoes that you knew you would never wear again. But there was just absolutely no price that you wouldn't pay to be with the one that you love. You prepared for that day. You longed for that day. You set aside time off work and you rallied the family and you told them weeks in advance and you planned for them to be there. You planned for the food, every little detail down to the flowers and the ring bearer and of course the wedding rings. Everything was planned out because you loved each other so deeply you couldn't stand to be apart from each other. Marriages today need to be a little bit tweaked, a little bit rekindled. That love needs rekindling. But let me refer to, last week we talked about how marriages are to be a reflection of God's love for us and how God's love for us should reflect in our marriage. In Revelations 21, it speaks of the bride of Christ, that the Lamb's wife, which Jesus being the bridegroom, how he, and then throughout all of time, it talks about how he's prepared for us, for this time when he would come and lay down his life for us. He would come from heaven, sacrifice being up there in heaven in this glorious, perfect place, and come down here in this world of sin, live as a man, and die and suffer for us, for our sins. And then he even goes on to say how he goes to prepare a place for us. And that's John 14:2. He goes to prepare a place for us for our future. Throughout the last few weeks, I've quoted, and I love this verse so much, Jeremiah 31:3, how he says, I have loved you with an everlasting love. His love is unending, how he just longs to be with us all the time and to have us talk with him and walk with him. I have this really cool verse that I found. It's in Hosea, chapter 2, I'm going to read verse 16, 19, and 20. But I just thought this was really a cool little verse. It says, and it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt no more call me Beli. Which those two words, the first one, Ishi meaning husband, and Beli meaning master. So let's read it with those two words. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that you shall call me husband, and shall no more call me master. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. That's the epitome of marriage. It's supposed to be till death do us part. God says, I will betroth thee to me with this everlasting love, where you'll be with me forever and ever and ever, and there's no ending. Of course, in our married life here on this earth, till death do us part, inevitably one of us dies, and that's our till death do us part. But in heaven, that love goes on and on between the bride, which is us, and that bridegroom, which is Jesus. We have this eternal relationship with him. So let me just reiterate that in our marriages, that love needs to be rekindled to reflect that love of God in our relationships. But so many times we're looking for the answers in our marriage when our spouse is most of the time not the problem. It's within us, where we're searching for that love that only God can fill. We're supposed to love each other in a marriage, but there is this emptiness that we have inside when we don't understand the love of God. And when you accept that love that comes from God through Jesus, his son, that fills that spot within you, that empty filling within you. that you often search for in everything else, that your spouse isn't giving you enough time or isn't giving you enough attention or doesn't care about what you think or how you feel or what you want to do in life. But you're looking the wrong direction. The love that you seek is found in God. The joy that you seek is found in God. The peace that you seek is found in God. And when you have that within you, you'll quit searching for it in other places. I have one more verse I want to read from John 15:9. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue in my love. This was Jesus speaking to us. Continue in his love. If you have trouble understanding the love of God, and man, I sometimes have difficulty understanding the love of God. It's so beyond my understanding. But I pray that God will reveal that to you today and through this upcoming week. And I pray that in myself even, that God will reveal himself to you. And if you have trouble accepting that love, ask him. Say, God, help me understand your love and accept the love that you have for me. So you can have that spiritual marriage with God. Have a good week.